Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast, Season 3, Episode 6. So, we have Song back. She is back, and is just kind of trying to adjust back to things. Trying to get back into the swing of, talking, of using her mind, of doing a lot of stuff she really wasn't able to do in the same ways as the Mega Monkey. And we worked on building up this perimeter of Death Ivy around the Hamufa base as we see the villains led by Amelia are on their way. So we're entering the second half of the season, of the final season of Kipo, and things are about to get a lot more intense. I think things are about to get a lot more hardcore. We're going to be entering our heavy action points, our big emotional high points, all of that stuff that you expect with kind of closing out the series. So we're just gonna have to wait to see how it goes, really. Obviously we know it's going to end well overall, but the question past that is what exactly is going to happen before then. How many other characters might get fixed, basically, might get restored to their normal animal selves, and will they be able to make the antidote and disperse it well enough? I still say that what's his name? I can't think of his name at the moment. Mulholland. I still think Mulholland would be perfect for spreading that around, but don't know exactly if that's going to happen since he kind of left, and I don't really think they really have a way to get in touch with him. I don't know. Now, probably my biggest question is, how are they going to defeat Amelia? Because I doubt they're going to be able to convince her that she's wrong. She seems so stuck on her ideas of human supremacy and just mute bigotry that I don't think they're going to be able to just convince her that she's wrong. Are they going to have to kill her? Or maybe even somehow mutate her into something? That's the only things I can think of. But at the same time, it's like, how is that going to go down? And if that's not the answer, what the hell else are they going to do to stop her? I genuinely don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends. I'm both excited and sad that we're getting close to the end here. But it was always going to come, and as much as I don't want it to, as much as I want to stretch this out as long as I can, we got to get to it. So let's just get to it. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. Excuse me. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. it's clear that I got very emotional there. I still am. It's just, we knew there would probably be some more casualties, some more characters taken out by the cure and everything. Like, that was honestly kind of expected. We didn't know how many. I was saying a couple, like, I was thinking like maybe three or so, and then we got three in just this episode. Um, uh, and we got notably named characters too, and I think that's what I commend the writers and everyone working on this show for making that decision, because it's a smart decision. By having it be characters that we know, and even to some degree, even if it's small, characters that we're attached to, it makes the impact bigger. Having it be characters like Brad and Camille are that's gonna get to us as viewers, because we like Brad and Camille. We've been endeared to their characters throughout this series. Wheels, not as much, but still, you still understand the pain of it. You still feel the sorrow that these characters are feeling. And it's genuinely shocking. Like, it was shocking enough when it was just Yum Yum. But seeing it happen to all these other characters too, it's like, again, characters we know and care about. Like, it's insane. And it's scary. And even though Kipo is immune to the cure because it's made with her DNA, that's just her. This, as they said in the end, was not a victory. This was not a win. Amelia's forces retreated, but the equivalent of multiple lives were lost. From multiple different tribes of mutes. And I'm worried a little bit that that's going to shake the trust that these tribes have. I mean, one of the two Newton wolves, one of those two brothers, was taken out. I'm not great with remembering their names, but you think that his brother is not going to be shaken up by that? You think he's going to just continue to fight with Kipo just completely without questioning things? No. They're going to be concerned, and for fair reason. And the big question now stands, what about all the people who were trapped? Whether they be just the citizens of the borough or Amelia's specific people. Are they going to be locked up? Are they going to be freed? I assume Asher and Dahlia's parents are going to be freed, because they set down their weapons. They are clearly going to be siding with them now, with their children. They were already questioning things as it was. So they, I think, will be switching sides for sure. And then there's Zane. Zane, he's gone back with Amelia, but he has shown definitely a change in view. Like, he actively saved his new friend, who just happens to be a mute. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes with him. This was a very big episode. It was a decisive battle that ended indecisively. And I think that's the point. This wasn't the final battle. This wasn't the big climax of the series. This was just the setup. This was just preparing us for what's to come. This was Amelia's first strike. And it won't be her last. Kipo wanted to avoid fighting her people, wanted to avoid fighting the burrow dwellers, because she understands that they're being controlled and brainwashed by Amelia, that they're not bad people. So she wanted to avoid fighting them and just do what she could to, like, you know, in this case, trap them so that they could maybe be convinced and talked to. It's definitely a dreamer's ideal. But unfortunately, when you're facing off against something like this, you can't just always look at something like in that way. It would be the best situation, but unfortunately it's not entirely realistic in a situation like this. Even if these people are just kind of being brainwashed to think this way, it's like they still are, and they're still dangerous. And so now you have to take this seriously, and even if you don't want to, you're going to have to fight them. And obviously this goes for things like in real life too. There are certain situations where you can't handle things in a nice, peaceful way. There are certain points where that's just unreasonable. It's unrealistic, and it's not going to happen. There are points where you need to acknowledge you have to fight. You have to fight back. Whether that means physically or by using your platforms or in whatever way. Pacifism is a privilege. It's not one that everyone gets. And it's not something that everyone has the luxury to utilize in every situation. Sometimes pacifism is actively dangerous and wrong, and it can make things worse. And this is one of those cases. Kipo wanted to go a more pacifistic route. She didn't want to hurt anyone. She didn't want to fight anyone. And it made things worse. So we need to move forward and change things. So now the question is going to be, what are we going to get next? Because we only have 4 episodes left. 7, 8, 9, and 10. We don't have time for any random bullshit. All 4 of those last episodes have to be important, I feel. And at this point, it's just I'm just kind of curious. What's going to happen? I don't necessarily think we're going to get right back into Amelia attacking again or something, but I genuinely don't know. And it's like the traps were good plans and everything, and even Scarlemagne was actively helping. Like, genuinely actively helping. And he even went to help comfort Kipo at the end. But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and I feel like these last episodes are going to get really insane. I feel like we're really in the end game after this episode. And I'm scared but excited to see where it goes. So tell me in the comments below, what did you think of episode 6 of Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast Season 3? And thank you all, as always, for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.